The Dark Continent is a very frightening and a spooky place in the Hunter x Hunter world because we know that it has a low survival rate, and on top of that, the people who do come back, they do not come back to their normal lives and they are infected with diseases for the rest of their lives to a point where they're quarantined off from everyone else. But what if I told you that the Dark Continent had a master and he was already revealed to us and you didn't even know it? Now, we do know that he was known as the former master of the Dark Continent because not only did he survive the first trip to the Dark Continent with the low survival rate alongside with the Zodiac family, and that's how they got their rise to fame, and Lynette, who we don't know anything about. We know that he actually took on creatures from the Dark Continent in the Chimera Ants while he was out of his prime. And to be honest, that was a huge feat for Netero because let's be honest, he was over 100 years old. Like, Netero was far removed from his prime, and yet if you go back and look at the fight versus Bear, he actually did hold his own. Like, I know a lot of people, they say that Bear, he may be low diffed, but no, I would say that he definitely had to do mid diff towards Netero, and he was out of his prime. So just imagine if he was actually in his prime. But we know that Netero, this man, he banned every single hunter from going there. And not only Hunter, everybody else around the world, they all agreed that they could not go to the Dark Continent unless you're certified. So that just goes to show you that Netero, his voice, because he did survive the Dark Continent, that means that he did have a huge voice. And we do know that now that Netero is dead, they will need a new master, because I know some of you guys must be thinking, well, that just ruined the whole video, Phantom Man. No. Now that Netero is dead, the Dark Continent, they will have a new master, and it has already been revealed to them the person that will guide them there. And that person is Beyond Netero. And I know you guys must be thinking, okay, why do you think that Beyond Netero is the master of the Dark Continent? And all I'm going to say is, first of all, look at this picture of Netero. Now pause. That's all the first thing that I'm going to say is, but if you look towards his body, towards the lower half, you can see that he clearly does have a scar. And then if you look at the picture of Beyond Netero, yes, you can see where it's adding up. He has the same exact scar pattern right on his forehead, which goes to show you that Netero trained Beyond Netero for this very moment, and that is why he's so eager to go. And I believe that Beyond Netero, he actually did scar Netero in his prime, and that's why he was sealed away, because he was deemed as a threat. Because yo, we saw that Netero in his prime, he was able to easily take over the temple of Buddha. He was able to basically do anything he wanted while he was in his prime. So if there was somebody that could injure Netero, scar him, and he was his son and he was way younger than him, yeah, he would be deemed a threat. That's why he was locked away, because a lot of people are wondering why Beyond Netero was locked away for all this time. It's because he's that much of a sicko, and I do believe that Beyond Netero will be the one to finish the east side of the Dark Continent book. And we know that Dawn Freaks, he obviously does have the west side. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that this also does hint towards Beyond Netero being the one to finish it, because we do know that the Netero and Freaks family, they do have a pretty strong connection, because we know that Netero, not only did he elect Jing a member of the Zodiac 12, he obviously had to train with Jing at some point to figure out how strong he was, but he also did tease God a little bit during the little Hunter exam. And we know that he actually did let Gon pass the Hunter exam. Even though he did lose his fights, we saw that Netero, he still did have respect for Gon. So we do know that the Freaks family and Netero's family, they do have some connection, and we know Beyond Netero and Jing, they might have a little connection on the Dark Continent too. So I definitely do think that once Beyond Netero meets Dawn Freaks, he will be the new master of the Dark Continent, and you'll never know. I definitely do think that he might try to challenge him, because we know that Netero, anybody, I'm talking about Netero or Beyond Netero, they both want to see how strong they are. So I definitely do think that there's a chance that Beyond Netero will be the new master of the Dark Continent, because he was able to hurt Netero in his prime. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.